one of the things about this project that I talk about in every meeting with a donor or potential donor is the why behind this project. It's easy to talk about a building and all of the incredible labs that are going to be it and the equipment and how beautiful it's going to be, because it certainly will be all of those things. But where the fundraising and the philanthropy and the why comes into play is because of the lives that it's going to impact.
Hi, Courtney.
Hi, Johnna.
How are you?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing amazing. It's been a wonderful week. I
Has been
hear
a
it's
great
been great for you.
It has been good. Lots of exciting developments.
Yay.
Specifically related to the NCAT expansion.
Oh my gosh. It's phenomenal. I cannot even tell you how excited I am about this project. Like, just seeing it now come to fruition, and seeing everything happening on site and the things that have occurred over the last several years have been, just on paper or behind the scenes. And now being able to see stuff actually taking place out on site is phenomenal. And to see it continue and see the students come into the building, I cannot wait for opening day. So this is just going to be a new chapter for the college. And I'm honored to serve next to you in this project and experience all the new exciting stuff that neither of us have done before.
Yeah, no.
So this is crazy.
Just thinking back to when this kind of became a reality or a decision that WSU Tech was going to do this, goes back probably 3 or 4 years.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I know it's been in Sherry's brain much longer than that, but I think we probably became aware of it about the same time. And I kind of flippantly at one point threw out a suggestion that the foundation should do a capital campaign to support it. And Sherry's like, "Are you serious?"
You said it out loud, so it has to happen.
So I became serious about it really quickly. And so it's been really fun. WSU Tech has never done a capital campaign. And we just had the thought of, if there's ever a time or a project
this is it.
to ask people to support. Aviation is the backbone of Wichita's economy. So it just made sense for us to do that. And it's been so fun. Like you said, learning experience for both of us, and inviting people to support us in this way and getting a lot of yeses.
Yeah.
And people enthusiastic about being part of it has been really just incredible. And probably, when I look back, one of the highlights of my career someday.
I completely agree with everything that you just said. And the point that it became real to me was when we were at basically we were just finishing up the chart of accounts migration. And at that point in time, I was still over finance. And that was such a huge project. It was massive. I learned a ton. Oh my gosh, Banner is insane. But the good thing about it is it allowed me to really experience a large-scale project like that on another level, outside of just counting the numbers and paying the invoices. So it really allowed me to take something from beginning to end. And I realized how much I enjoyed that. So similarly, I talked to Sherry and I was like, that was really fun. I got to use another part of my brain. And just being able to experience all of the peers and the team members that worked on that job with me, and see their skill sets and know what they can do, and be able to tap into that for each phase of it and identify that was really, really fascinating to me. And so I asked her, if there's anything that can expand on that, where I can experience more of that. I'd love to be able to grow that skill. And she's like, "Well, I got an idea for you." And I was like, "Okay, sounds great." She's like, "How about a building?" And I was like, "Okay, what?" And she said, we've been working on this idea for a while, and it had gone through several iterations from who might be doing this building, how it might happen. And that's a whole nother podcast, long story. But we were at the point financially as the college to be able to make that happen. We had done so many strategic moves over the last several years to really set up reserves and create a financial stability that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was completely different story. And this wasn't, it was a dream at that point. And we got to talking about it, and I was like, Sherry, I think we're at a point we can make this happen. This is the time to do it. And she's like, okay, well, if you're in, I'm in. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get these shoes. And so being able to kind of like have that happen at the same time as the capital campaign conversation, and they just fell together, was really natural, I thought, and super exciting to set up just the last 3 years of conversations and planning and all the things. It's been phenomenal, and it's not going to stop. So
yeah, no, the stars certainly aligned for all of those things to come together. And I'm happy that you're in the seat that you're in. It's been incredibly fun to watch you as your colleague and as your friend, to see you pivot from the role that you were in, which you were incredible at. But like you said, to be able to flex that other side of your skill set and to really grow. It's been fun to watch you grow. And yeah, I'm excited to get to do this with you.
Same. And echo everything that you just said, because before you came on for the foundation, isn't this like kind of the first like fundraising and campaign and all the things? Like
it is. Yeah.
You're phenomenal at it.
Oh, well, thank you. My background was marketing communications, and but fundraising is really just based on relationships and authenticity and having a really incredible product, which WSU Tech has.
Oh, yeah.
And so asking people to support that and be a part of it, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's not the hardest job in the world. So it's an honor to get to do it and get to affect the students that it will affect, and ultimately our industry partners and Wichita as a whole.
I think that's probably one of the things that I see most in like the relationships for this project itself, and being able to see firsthand is like the passion that you have and the care that you have for the students. It's not just talk, like you believe it and you live it every single day. And so being in this project with you and seeing your ability to take that tenfold with the campaign and the materials that you're producing and the outreach that you're having is so humbling as your friend, to be able to watch you just soar. So I don't mean to like get all touchy-feely, but I am very proud of you. And I think that speaks to who we are just as a college, and this project itself, like the heart that goes in behind the scenes. Like we really do care about making this an awesome experience for our students, for our community members, for the people who believe in us. Like we're going to take that on as a responsibility of ourselves to make sure that we are carrying on what we say we're going to do. So it's great to work alongside people who feel the same.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of my favorite things about WSU Tech is before I worked here, I was very aware of WSU Tech. I had friends who worked here, and, watching the college on social media and in the marketing materials, I had the perception that people who worked here were very passionate and authentic. But in the back of my mind, I was like, it can't all be true. It can't all be real. But now that I'm on the inside, it is. It's people here are very authentic. Most people who work here could go work elsewhere, work in industry, and a lot of times make more money.
Yeah.
So it's certainly not that holds people here. It's the mission and how people buy into it. And I'll take that every day over everything else. One of the things about this project that I talk about in every meeting with a donor or potential donor is the why behind this project. It's easy to talk about a building and all of the incredible labs that are going to be in the equipment and how beautiful it's going to be, because it certainly will be all of those things. But where the fundraising and the philanthropy and the why comes into play is because of the lives that it's going to impact. If we think about when NCAT was built 16 years ago, I think WSU Tech had less than 1,000 students. Mm-hmm. This year, we're on track to serve close to 11,000, far above 10. And this building on top of that will increase that capacity by another 1,400.
Mm-hmm.
And when we think about, I truly believe that the key to economic mobility and prosperity is education and training, giving people those tools to make a great career in life for themselves. And so that's really the why behind this building, is the opportunity that it's going to create for moms and dads who want to make a better life for their family.
Yeah.
Students who never thought college was for them, but realized they're brilliant with their hands and their minds. Veterans who are transitioning out of the military into civilian life, and how we meet them at all of those different points and offer them opportunity. And so that's the why that I talk about. And when you talk about that more than just a building, that's what I think really engages people in this project and makes people want to be involved. And it's such an honor to get to be able to carry that message on behalf of all of us.
I couldn't agree more. And the weight of all of the growth that we've had over the last however many years it is now that we've just broken record after record, it's been phenomenal. And I think that, like you mentioned, 16 years ago, NCAT, the original campus, was built with the idea of it becoming this greater vision for not just WSU Tech, but also Wichita in general and Kansas. And we are the air capital of the world. So having NCAT as the flagship campus, starting with 1,000 students and growing to almost 11,000, if not more. I mean, we're not stopping yet. So we're just going to keep on going. But with this new building and adding it where we are, it takes not just WSU Tech to that next chapter, but also Wichita and Kansas in general as it relates to aviation and automation and advanced manufacturing. But then also being able to have space that we can bring in community partners. They can come and experience who WSU Tech is hands-on, because they can come and utilize the ideation and innovation spaces where they can grow their own workforce skills in a customized manner, and being able to take it beyond just, okay, I want to go and further my career, to, okay, now I have a career and I want to be the best at that as I can be.
Yeah.
So being able to engage that next level of training with our community members, our industry partners, and everyone across the state, and I'm going to even say across the nation.
Yeah.
We're going to think big.
Yeah.
Come on over to Kansas. We got you. This building really gives us that platform to take that on a new level, while we continue to provide those life-changing opportunities for students and families, and that next level of learners. So getting into middle school with camps and providing a technologically advanced experience so that they really can understand what is a technical career. What does that look like for me?
Mm-hmm.
And is that the right path? Because their minds are so open in middle school and grade school, where they love to learn and understand and want to experience all the things that they can. And so being able to provide even more opportunities for that will just allow our community to all boats rise. You know, we're bringing it from the very entry level of thinking about being an adult and what I want to do, and just exposing them at a younger age will help set them up for success that much quicker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I do think, you mentioned we're the air capital of the world and what we're doing here. I do think that as I've been having potential donors come on campus for tours, that's the best way to get someone engaged, is to get them on campus for a tour. Because 9 times out of 10, they say, I had no idea. I've lived in Wichita my whole life, and I had no idea that this was, I knew that WSU Tech was here, but I had no idea it was advanced. It's not it's not the Votech of 20
Right.
years ago.
Right.
People are always impressed with how clean our labs are, with how professional our students look, when they're all in their uniforms, their program uniforms. Our faculty are never shy to come up and talk to someone and tell them about what's happening. So I think we're more well known on a national level as the National Center for Aviation Training than we even are in our backyard. And so it's been a mission to get that message out in Wichita and to tell the story of this is how we're helping Wichita maintain the moniker of air capital of the world, because other people want it. Other cities, other states, they want the companies that we have here. And the only way that Wichita will retain those big companies is by having a skilled workforce. And so that's the mission that we serve. And this building is just the next phase and generation of that. Because like you said, we're not stopping.
No.
Yeah.
We're feisty.
Yeah.
You can't take that.
Right.
You can't take that from us.
Yeah.
I think when people walk into the building, I really hope that it starts before they get into the building, honestly. I hope that it's whenever they drive onto the campus and they get a feel for the magnitude of training opportunity and future that exists when they walk through our doors. Whether that be a new student, a returning student, a trainee, somebody coming on site for just a corporate event. Like, I hope that they can walk through our doors and realize that there's so much potential just waiting for them. And our job is to create the opportunity for them to grab hold of that and make it a reality. And so I hope that with this new facility, it will expand what we're already doing across all of our campuses in providing those opportunities, but really just giving them that hope and that little fire, just lighting just a little bit of spark if they're not sure what they're supposed to do or why am I here? Why am I walking through these doors? I want them to find a home with us that will help them grow into who they're meant to be.
That's really beautiful. I hope all of those things too. I couldn't have said it any better. When I think about donors and what I want them to feel, I think it goes back to something that people say to me all the time. They're like, oh, you work in fundraising. I could never ask people for money. Huh? And it's like, well, I don't ask people for money. I invite people to be part of something really incredible and give them that opportunity to be part of what we're doing. And when you think about it that way, it makes it so much easier. You're not asking people for money. You're inviting them to engage with us. And so when donors walk into this space, I want them to feel that. I want them to feel proud that they have supported something that is truly incredible and truly life-changing for the people who are beneficiaries of their generosity. Mm-hmm. And so that's my hope. I hope all of those things. I hope that students experience hope, opportunity, that they know that we believe in them, that we are standing here with opportunity, and they have to take it. They have to want it. They have to work for it. Mm-hmm. But it's theirs if they take advantage.
Yeah.
So.
I hope that's one of the things that long after, obviously this building is going to outlast me. And I hope that that's one of the things that long after I'm gone will still be felt by the occupants of the building and the employees of WSU Tech, is just understanding how much love and care and passion goes in behind the scenes with all of these decisions across all of our campuses, especially, starting with the very top in Sherry and what she believes in and how she operates in the day-to-day and how that trickles down to the leadership team and to everyone throughout the college. I just really hope that continues to be felt long after I'm gone, and that this legacy just continues and people take it from what we're creating and establishing today and make it even more than we can imagine. That's my hope.
Yeah, the principle of leave it better than you found it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's been such an honor to get to work on this with you, and I can't wait to see it come to fruition and cut that ribbon and welcome the students into the hallways and classrooms.
I'll be there with scissors ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.